Welcome back. This is Chapter 5, Modeling. In the previous chapters, we learned about the different ways to create, edit, and apply modifiers to objects. Now, we will use all those methods to model an actual object. We will be modeling a chair. Before we begin, let us talk about background images. Background images are images you can assign to each of the default orthographic views to serve as guides during modeling. To add a background image, press N to show the Properties panel. Scroll down and tick the Background Images checkbox. Click on the arrow and click the Add Image button. Set the axis to Y-axis front and make sure Image is selected. Click Open and browse the file you need. Now go to the front orthographic view. You should be able to see the background image you assigned. You can set the opacity of the background image by clicking and dragging on this button or by inputting a value. You can assign different background images to each orthographic view, just specify the correct axis. Assigning background images can be helpful especially when modeling complex objects. You can easily trace along the edges of the image. However, we will not be using background images right now. Uncheck the Background Images checkbox to deactivate it. Switch to the Perspective view. Let us start modeling our chair. First, create a plane. This will be the seat of the chair. Select this edge and extrude it in the Z-axis. Apply a bit of angle. This will serve as the backrest. Select this edge and apply a bevel with 4 or more segments. Let's apply a few cuts to help us tweak its shape later. Go back to Object Mode. Apply a Solidify modifier to give our mesh a bit of depth. Next, we'll add a Subdivision Surface modifier to smooth the mesh. Change the number of subdivisions to 2 and click Smooth Shading in the Tool shelf. Now we have the main shape of our chair. Let's go to Edit Mode and tweak the shape of our chair. Select these 2 vertices, turn on Proportional Editing, and scale it inwards. Select this edge loop and pull it downwards. Let's switch to the right orthographic view. Turn off Proportional Editing and activate Wireframe mode. Select these vertices and move them to give the backrest a more ergonomic shape. Do the same to the seats. Shape them in such a way that it follows the contour of the human body. Let's go back to the Perspective view and deactivate Wireframe mode. Now we'll create the legs and armrest. Go to the top orthographic view and create a plane. Go to the Edit mode, scale it and position it to the right. Transforming objects in Edit mode will not affect its origin in Object mode. We need the origin at the center of the grid for the Mirror modifier, which we'll apply later to work properly. Let's continue shaping the armrest and leg. Apply a Solidify modifier. Click Apply. Choose Smooth Shading and apply an Edge Split modifier. An Edge Split modifier calculates sharp edges from smooth ones. Go to the top orthographic view and tweak the mesh so that there are no empty spaces between the armrest and the backrest. Go back to Object Mode, select a mesh, and apply a mirror modifier. The chair is almost done. Select the armrest. Go to the Edit mode and add a few cuts. Select these phases and press E, then press Escape. Without unselecting the phases, press Alt plus S to scale it according to phase normals. Scale it outwards. Select all the edges and bevel it. We now have padding for our armrest. Now feel free to add more detail by using the tools and methods we discussed here and in the previous chapters. Thank you and see you in the next chapter.